How to serve places. In this session, we will explore how we can be generous with our time and talents by serving the places where we live. Welcome to ETHOS Tutor Bites, a moment in your day to explore what matters in your life. This session is about growing by serving others as part of our Developing Character and Values series. We are, whether we like it or not, part of a community. But what sort of community do we want it to be? Imagine if we all lived in communities where we served one another. As the well-known phrase says, if we want to see change, it has to start with us. Here are 3 ways in which we can serve the places we live. The first thing that we can do is to take care of our community. Most of us want our communities to be better places to live, but we also think that it's someone else's job, but actually it isn't. All of us have a responsibility to care for our local community. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, if you're rich or poor, if you have a lot of time or if you have very little time. All of us have a role to play in serving our community, the place that we call home. The second thing we need to do is to keep our eyes open. If you walk around with your eyes closed, you don't see anything. But actually there are lots of ways in which we can serve our communities, the places that we live. It might be that you see some litter that has been dropped. You could put it in the bin. You might see an elderly person struggling to cross the road. You could help them. You might see a young mum pushing a wheelchair but struggling to get into the door of a shop. Maybe you could go and open that door for them. You might be surprised as you look around your communities that there are some really obvious ways to serve those communities in which we live. Thirdly, we can volunteer. There are lots of ways in which we can spend our time. However, volunteering for something to make your community a better place to live really is time well spent. In communities up and down the UK, there are hundreds and thousands of people who volunteer in all sorts of different ways to make our communities better places to live. These people go unnoticed, but the contribution they make to their communities to make them better places to live is incredible. Not only does it help the community, but it also gives you an amazing sense of well-being, knowing that you've done your bit, that you've contributed, that you've sacrificed something of your own time and your own talents to give back to the community. So now it's over to you. We have explored 3 ways in which you can serve the places we live: by caring, by keeping your eyes open, and by volunteering. Spend some time discussing these 3 questions. What does it mean to really care for your community? What might you see in your local community if you keep your eyes open? And do you know about any opportunities to volunteer in your local community?